Emotional intelligence is one of the most important things in the attitude of an individual. People have been complaining about the behavior of others, about the attitude of others, about the characters of others, and about the arguments and success and failures of others, the way they behave. Suppose somebody gets success or somebody succeeds in her aim in life. How we perceive the success of others will be determined by our attitude. If somebody talks to me the way he thinks better, then I will determine my perception about the life of the person. Now see, the important thing is the emotional intelligence. Most of the people fail to understand their emotions, their feelings, their psychology, and they suffer. They barely suffer. So I have written few of the important things. To become angry is the perception. Why we normally become angry? Why it is very common practice in our society that most of the people become angry on petty things. This is basically the perception, looking at the things in our own prism, in our own way, in our own thinking, in our own attitude, in our own behavior. So this is what the perception is, and it makes us angry. It makes us angry at the people, the way we behave with them, the way we react to the things. The second thing is understanding about something bad happens. You cannot avoid bad things even in a daily life. People cannot avoid. You can't avoid. Can you avoid bad things? Do you think bad things are in your control? Quite sometimes bad things are not in our control. But we believe that our emotions, our feelings, our psychology, these things are basically in our control. Then why we fail to understand ourselves? Why do we show our perception that is completely negative? So your understanding matters. Number one, your perception to become angry is the most important thing, and you will have to change your perception to become an angry person. You should not become angry. You should become cool and comfortable looking at the things. And secondly, bad things happen. Whenever the bad things happen, what you need to do? Either you should be angry at somebody else, and you believe that it has become all because of another person. Can you think that you can control your emotions? You can control your anger? So this is basically the understanding about something that bad happens in our daily life. It can happen within your family. It can happen among the company of the different friends, social circle. It can happen within the domain of the office, different departments, different organizations. The way you behave or react towards another person will determine your understanding. You will have to have a control over it. Perceiving things in our control. Do you think that all the things are in our control? All the things. Do you think that life should become the way you think it should be? It must be? No way. The life cannot become the way you think. Quite sometimes few things can happen out of your control. So you cannot control all the things in the globe, in the world, but you can control your emotions. Because all the things do not become the way you think, the way you behave, the way you want it to happen. These things will not happen. But you can control your emotion. These things are in your hand. Clear? The fourth thing is to ignore or argue is a choice. Yes, certainly, this is a choice. This is really a choice. This is the choice. To argue with some people with somebody else, or to ignore the people. Suppose if a dog barks at you, will you bark at the dog? No way, you will not bark at the dog. You will ignore the dog. You will go away. You will change your way. So same thing happens in our society. Most of the time, people will keep on barking at you. Even if you become successful, they will be keeping barking at you. Keep on barking at you. So you cannot control all the people around. You cannot shut their mouth. but you can control your emotion before them, sitting in front of them. Either it is the failure of, or it is a success that you have got. You can control the people, those who come into your heated debates. You should ignore them. If you think that the arguments are productive, you should go ahead. If you think the person has got the understanding, you should have the argument. But the argument should be productive, not destructive. If you think the person is negative and he is having the negative arguments, so you should avoid and ignore the person and become agree with the person, whatever he says or she says. You should say that I agree with you, what you say. Once one of the persons asked Sadhguru that I have heard that we should not argue with the fool. He said, yes, we should not argue with the fool. The person said, no, I disagree with you. Sadhguru says, you are right. Now you can understand the way Sadhguru replied to the person. The fifth thing is successful people control their emotions. Now coming to the main point, that reason as to why I'm just going to talk about the emotional intelligence, because your success will determine your emotions, how you control your emotions. Suppose you like to do a lot of struggle, a lot of work. You want to show the world that you can do everything that you are determined for, or you wish for, or you dream of. You like to tell the people, tell the world, tell yourself first. You are the person who is supposed to determine your success and failure by controlling your emotions. Your emotions are the things which will determine your success and failures. So the people, those who are having the emotional intelligence, those who are good enough in their attitude, in their behavior, in their character, they become successful by controlling their emotions, their psychology. They never go negative, they always go positive. Clear? Successful people never get upset on any situation. There are different situations in a day. Getting up early in the morning, going to your bed. A lot of different situations fall in your life, come in your life. A lot of situations. So the people, those who are leader, the successful ones, they never get upset on any situation.